Good day and welcome to another episode of What's Happening Today, presented to you by Rapido News Network. In our first story, we will discuss that the crypto firms Celsius Network and Binance halt withdrawals as Bitcoin plummets. Next, we will talk about the stock market and its major indices as the S&P 500 tumbled nearly 4% to a new low for this year and closes in the bear market territory. After that, we will talk about the GOP primary debate for the gubernatorial election in New York. And in our final story, we will talk about the Russian Ukrainian conflict. So let's get started. In our first story, we will discuss how the cryptocurrency companies on Monday blocked users from withdrawing funds as the value of Bitcoin and other prominent digital assets plunged. Crypto lending company Celsius Network announced late on Sunday night that it would freeze all withdrawals and transfers due to extreme market conditions. The move sparked an enormous sell-off, with the price of Celsius Network native token falling to below 20 cents level. Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange by trading volume, said Monday morning that it was freezing some Bitcoin withdrawals due to a struck transaction causing a backlog. Changpeng Zhao, the firm's CEO, tweeted that the fix would only take 30 minutes, but later said that the problem was going to take a bit longer to fix than his initial estimate. Our team worked diligently to implement a solution, and we have now resumed withdrawals on the Bitcoin network, Binance said later on Monday in a statement. There still may be a few transactions that appear to be pending. However, we are working to address those few remaining issues so that users can resubmit their withdrawal requests. Celsius Network, on the other hand, which says it has 1.7 million customers, made an announcement to pause withdrawal after numerous cryptocurrencies tanked over the weekend. Ethereum, another popular digital coin, plunged nearly 32% from Friday to Monday morning. We are taking this necessary action for the benefit of our entire community in order to stabilize liquidity and operations while we take steps to preserve and protect assets, Celsius wrote a blog post on Sunday night. Red-hot inflation and subsequent interest rate hike from the Federal Reserve have driven investors away from risky assets like cryptocurrencies. Signs of trouble in the crypto market emerged last month when so-called stablecoins, which are supposed to be pegged to the price of the US dollar and other traditional currencies, briefly lost value. Now in our next story, the S&P 500 fell 3.88% to about $3,700, making its lowest level since March 2021 and bringing losses from its January record to more than 21%. The benchmark closed in the bear market territory, down more than 20% from its high after trading there briefly on an intraday basis about 3 weeks ago. Some on Wall Street say it's not an official bear market until the index closes there, and that's what happened on Monday. The last time stocks were in a bear market was in March 2020 at the onset of the pandemic. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped more than 876 points or 2.79% to settle at about $30,500, about 17% off its record high. The Nasdaq Composite tumbled 4.68% to close about $10,800, bringing its losses for this sell-off to more than 33%. Major averages hit their lows in the sessions for the final 30 minutes after a Wall Street Journal report suggested that the Fed would consider raising interest rates by another 0.75% on Wednesday. There were few places to hide on Monday as Treasury bond price dropped, pushing the 10-year yield to its largest one-day move since March 2020. At one point during the trading day, every single stock in the S&P 500 was lower. Only 5 stocks in the benchmark closed the day in green. The move comes as investors continued to digest a hotter than expected inflation report on Friday and braced for the Fed to raise rates later in this week. Anyone who wants to be bullish can't find anything to hang their hat on, said Jack Ablin, founding partner at Crescent Capital. There's nothing out there right now with valuation under question. With interest rate rising, the direction of the economy uncertain, he further added. Now, in our next story, if there was any question that the first debate among Republican contenders for the governor of New York would be more combative than the last week's Democratic skirmish, it was put to rest quickly on Monday. In the opening moments, Representative Lee Zeldin attacked Harry Wilson, a corporate turnaround specialist, as a never-Trumper and Republican in name only. Mr. Wilson soon returned the fire, saying Mr. Zeldin's campaign was disintegrating and suggesting that he had been approached about running alongside Mr. Zeldin and has turned him down in the past. Mr. Zeldin, who was chosen as his party's designee at a party convention this winter, scoffed even as Mr. Wilson, who also worked in the Obama administration, tried to cut him off. "This guy doesn't stop," Mr. Zeldin said, adding, "You are on the wrong debate stage," suggesting that Mr. Wilson would be more at home with the Democrats. The verbal scuffle continued, even as another candidate, Rob Astorino, looked on, and a fourth candidate, Andrew Giuliani, situated in a studio nearby, held a fixed smile. Now, in our final story on the Russian Ukrainian conflict, Russian President Vladimir Putin's health after the despot was seen visibly shaking as he presented the medal on the weekend. Rumors of the Russian president's health have been rife since the start of the special operation in Ukraine, with several experts claiming he has a number of ailments. Some claim he is fighting blood cancer, thyroid, or abdominal cancer, while other experts are convinced that the 69-year-old has early-stage Parkinson's disease. Last month, when he met with Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko in Sochi, he was caught on camera awkwardly twisting his feet when the pair sat down for talks. At the weekend, Putin presented the state prize of the Russian Federation to filmmaker Nikita Mikhalkov at the Kremlin. He was seen unable to stand still, seeming to sway back and forth as he listened to the recipient accepting the prize. Russia's brutal war in Ukraine has jolted Taiwan into confronting the specter of sudden attack from the island's own larger and more powerful neighbor, China. The invasion has given new weight to the authoritarian vision of China's leader, that is Xi Jinping, who has long laid claim to self-govern Taiwan for the rejuvenation of China. To many in Taiwan, Ukraine has been a lesson in the tactics and weaponry that could slow a more powerful invading force. It has also been a stark warning that the island may be inadequately prepared for a full-scale attack. Taiwan's defenses, by many accounts, are ill-equipped and understaffed. Its president, Tsai Ing-wen, has vowed to defend the island, but she has struggled to impose a new strategic vision on the uniformed leadership. Taiwan spends billions on fighter jets and submarines, yet its conscripts barely get enough ammunition for training. The mandatory military service is seen by many as too short, and the reservist program insufficiently rigorous. The military is building a professional force, but has struggled to recruit and retain highly skilled soldiers. Now, that was all for the major news update for June 14th. Stay tuned for our next update on the ongoing world affairs. We hope that you find this video useful. If you like this video, hit like, and for a continued update on what's happening around the world, consider subscribing. And to get notified whenever we post something new, hit that bell icon. If you have any comments or any suggestions, please let us know in the comment sections below. Thank you.